Ah, Ratchet and Clank. What a classic series. I
So
mean, look at all these games.
so many childhood memories from old man, you know?
Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Say Butterbean.
Yes.
Have you ever wondered what if we mixed them all together?
That's quite fascinating, but how would you do that?
Well, really, the best way to do it is if we mixed all of these. Well, scratch that. How about two of these, weapons from this one, and weapons from this one?
That's quite amazing, but I think we're adults now, man, so it needs to be shorter.
Yeah, you're right. These games were kind of long. But how will we fix that?
Wait, man, I got you. Add this to the equation.
That's fucking perfect.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds nice enough. But how do we even mix them together?
Oh boy, I got you, man, I got you. We just use this baby right here.
I don't really know about doing this, but I mean, if we are, we're gonna need a little.
Whoa! Stop!
What? What?
We don't need all three. We just need the first one and up your arsenal, okay?
Well, unless you just have those lying around. I mean.
I do.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yeah. So here we go. A little bit of classic story from the first game.
Okay.
And let's get some of the awesome gameplay from Up Your Arsenal.
I mean, I don't really want to do this, man, but if we are gonna do it, we're gonna have to have tools of destruction.
Oh, of course, we have to.
And of course, we're gonna need the storytelling capabilities of a crack in time.
Of course.
And the length of Into the Nexus.
Yeah. But wait, should we have the single player combat but with no Clank in it, like Deadlock?
Now you're just being stupid.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. I don't really want to mess up my games.
Hey, we gotta know this, John, okay? We got to know.
No, I can't do it.
We got to have 6 subscribers, okay?
No, man, I just don't want to do it. It's not worth it to mess up all of our games. I mean, how do we even know this will work?
John,
No, fuck you, no.
we have to test it out, okay?
No.
We have to see if
No.
this works.
Don't do it.
It could be amazing. It could be amazing.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
I'm about to do it.
No.
John, I'm doing
Stop it.
Screw you! No, I'm doing it!
They were classic. I can't
Wait,
believe.
John.
Oh, you fucked them up.
No. Look, come on.
What?
Come on. It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
I'm mad at you.
We made an amazing
No.
production. Just come on.
No. Holy shit! Oh my god, it actually worked!
Wait. Be careful.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at it. It's so beautiful.
Alright, what's up, Tasty fans? John here, and I got an extra special review for you today. Because I'm not going to be doing this one alone, today I'm with another Tasty Squad member, Butterbean.
Alright. Today we are going to be reviewing Ratchet and Clank on the PS4.
Dun dun dun.
Of all the recent reimagining games recently, Ratchet and Clank came so very close to the original design. The graphics are beautiful, colorful, and pleasant to look at. The game's graphics is a cartoon style and works with the gameplay and environment it creates. There's no dull colors or gloomy visuals, it's mostly vibrant and alive. All the areas are reimaginings from the original Ratchet and Clank, of course, with a few added levels and missions to do. This might seem lazy to most, but really it's quite nice to see these old planets updated with updated graphics and extra stuff to do and see. The environment feels alive in the game, and each planet you go to has a unique look to it, which keeps it fresh, makes the game not bland or anything like that. The character models actually look like real skin and clothes. Ratchet's fur looks like actual fur and not brown yellow textures from the original games, so yeah. You really can't go wrong with Ratchet and Clank's visuals. The game has amazing graphics, and will always catch your eye with the cunning style.
Well, not to copy Butterbean, but the same could be said for the game's audio as well. Again, you might think this is just being lazy, but it's not. It's nice to hear the same music and sounds we've been hearing for over 10 years sound more crisp and clear than ever. The soundtrack to the series has always been very bouncy and energetic, which fits with the tone of the game amazingly. The energy of it gets you pumped up for the intense action sequences. The sound effects are also amazingly nostalgic. I will never understand how Insomniac makes such unique, imaginative weapons sound so correctly. It also amazes me how the sound of something that doesn't even exist for these futuristic badass things can sound right. To top it all off, most of the original voice actors are back, and they do an amazing job. Ratchet, Clank, and Quark all sound perfect as always. As for the new characters, they got some great performers, big name stars like Rosario Dawson and Paul Giamatti doing voice work as well. Sound-wise, the game kills in all aspects. So Ratchet and Clank's story is basically a mix of the original game and Up Your Arsenal, but with its own unique spin. Ratchet is a young Lombax on planet Veldin with dreams of joining Captain Quark and the Galactic Rangers. Little did he know that that dream would come true. Across the galaxy, evil Chairman Drek is using a device called the Deplanetizer to take parts away from other planets to build his own perfect one for his own people. Being an evil chairman, requires an evil robot army. Something goes horribly wrong as one of the killbots to come off the line turns out to be our little robot pal Clank. Upon discovering of Clank's non-Deathbot likeness, he is soon hunted down and forced to flee to Veldin, where he meets Ratchet. The pair decide that they have to warn Captain Quark and the Galactic Rangers in order to save the galaxy. Oh yeah, for some reason Dr. Nefarious is in this game, even though this is a reboot of the first game, doesn't really make any sense, but oh well. Yeah, I don't get it either, but hey, who doesn't love him? All in all, the story is a pretty good recap of the original Ratchet and Clank story that takes a couple of new liberties, and that I think it really works for it in the end. The best part about being it is that it's all told through Captain Quark's perspective, which is probably why certain things are out of order. Or maybe it's just fan service, who the fuck knows. All in all, the story is good, and I liked it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say.
Guns, 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 and guns galore. Good lord, this game has a lot of weapons and a lot of enemies to kill. Now, this game may not have the same amount as Going Commando. It's more like Into the Nexus, but it's still quite a bit. What's unique about the game is that they don't just have weapons from the first game. Oh no, they have weapons from each game basically. They have the buzzsaw from the original trilogy. They have the Mr. Zarkovs from the future trilogy. And they also have some new weapons like the Pixelator, which is a shotgun that turns enemies into pixels. That's amazing. This is one or even the best selection of weapons in the Ratchet and Clank series. Even though it's not the most, it's certainly the funnest to blast away with, and it keeps it fresh, and I don't know, it just seems the most unique to me.
Now, a big part of the Ratchet and Clank series has always been traveling to different planets. Most of the planets are repeats from the first game, but they did add in a few new ones. These levels do a really good job of recapturing everything we liked about the original Ratchet and Clank games. First of all, each planet has its own unique set of enemies and missions. While the level design is pretty linear, that doesn't mean it isn't filled with a lot of exploration and things to do. Okay, it isn't a lot, but you can go looking around for gold bolts and pieces of the Rhino. Also, each level adds some really fun platforming sections, which is always a treat. Just like any good Ratchet and Clank game, the good levels are simple, yet very enjoyable, and that's pure awesomeness.
The combat, in my opinion, is why I love these games. And in this installment, it still hasn't changed. The combat can go from shooting a few henchmen with a glove that throws grenades, which again is amazing, to an open map with a jetpack and you can ride around and shoot flying aliens. That's amazing. The game contains many different enemy types from each planet, of course. In Veldin, you're fighting giant toads with your giant Ratchet. That's kind of funny. Then go to the next planet and fight robotic chickens. I know that's not Adult Swim pun. The game also contains a few bosses, and this is where the game gets kinda Their difficulty is a bit weak. They don't really prove much a challenge, their attacks are it's very scripted, and once you get to the final boss, you'll most likely already have the Rhino 7, and guess what? the boss battle before that boss battle, if you keep fighting that boss over and over again, you'll have the round 7 upgraded all the way in 6 minutes. Yeah, you can have the gun for about 5 minutes and then go to the next boss and fully level up in 6 minutes. That's insane, and it makes the final boss a complete joke. You don't even dodge the boss, you just run around and just keep pressing R1. That's it. So overall, the combat is amazing. Even though the bosses are a bit pathetic, the other enemies in this game keep it from being a walk in the park, like the helicopters. That's the point. So the combat feels fresh with some new features to keep it, well, pretty fun.
So we think that this is a really good reboot to the classic Ratchet and Clank series. It's filled with so much nostalgia, yet also provided enough newness to justify itself. Overall, we would give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty damn good, and we would pop this fucker in any day. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you think it deserves it, maybe hit that like button, or even comment down below to let us know your thoughts on it. Also, be sure to follow us on all our social medias.
Oh, and before I forget, if y'all like this new way of reviewing with the skits and hearing my amazing voice, which probably sounds like a small child, I am planning to make 2 more reviews like this by myself, of course.
So leave a comment if you would like to see more of these, and until then, I'm John,
And I'm Butterbean.
and as always,
Stay tasty.